Hello everyone! Today we have me, Bree, Addie, Jasmine, and Naima. And today we're reading The Fall of the House of Usher, 2023 version. Let's begin.
One time there was this really old dude who had this very nice childhood friends. His only friends actually. Now, this really old dude was named Usher. He was dying, so he called up his friends and asked them to take care of him. So Usher's house, which was really creepy by the way, it was like dark and there was no sounds literally anywhere. And there was a big tail lake that looked black. And the mansion was half falling apart. Anyways, he pulls up and he was legit sweating with the vibe this house gave off. The servant dude for the House of Usher opened the door and let him in and led him to where Usher was staying, which was like 10 floors up for no reason at all. He was led up to a big room and the ceiling was like 1,000,000 feet high. Let me tell you, this man looks like he was on the verge of death. This friend, we'll call him Billy Bob Joe, was surprised at how different Usher looked. I mean, seriously, this was not the same dude Billy Bob knew when he was younger. He almost pulled out his phone to compare Usher to the yearbook photos. Even worse, Usher was insane. Seriously insane. Like, seriously. I'ma die. That's what Usher said. I'ma die. His sister, Madeline, was his only company in the house. And when she dies, he's like the last in the bloodline. And speak of the devil, as soon as Usher said her name, she appeared like a ghost. But this girl was more sick than Usher. She was on her deathbed after the first day Billy Bob arrived. Now, the days that Billy Bob Joe was there, he tried getting Usher out of his little depression slump. He introduced Usher to Mac Miller. That didn't help, sadly. He introduced him to Twilight movies. Also didn't help. And he tried to teach Usher some TikTok dances too. Nothing helped. Billy Bob let him do his artist thing on his iPad, but every time he drew, it was creepy. And I mean, I can't even describe these paintings. That's how bad it was. Now, this man decided he wanted to be a singer too. Horrible voice. Never. Don't do it. It sounded like screeching, but one of the songs spoke to Billy Bob in a I'm a spirit talking to you about death type of way. It told Billy Bob that Usher knew he was insane. Usher told Billy Bob he thought that plants, rocks, and water could feel and think. He sounded delusional, and the pieces of his house had a hold on him. Anyways, later into Billy Bob's stay, Madeline died. And that's crazy because she was just cold. Swear, she wasn't dead. For some reason, Usher had these big-tailed catacombs in his house. Billy Bob Joe almost packed his bags and left. Because tell me why, Usher made Billy Bob Joe help him put her in the room. But while they were doing that, Billy Bob used about 17 bottles of hand sanitizer and 3 boxes of gloves. As he put her in the room, Billy Bob realized that they looked like twins. Like, swear, they looked too similar. Turns out they were twins. Now, after they put Madeline in the room, Usher went like insane, like real insane. He was speed walking around the whole house. Billy Bob was scared and recording it because he thought this man was possessed. One night, Billy Bob was trying to go to sleep, but I swear Usher was rubbing off on him. He was about to lose his mind. He was pale, looking anorexic, like he was scared out of his mind. And he was hearing things. He'd been hearing words and stuff. And then there was this big tail storm. And you know that thunder that like everybody be talking about in the morning, there was like 1,000,000 of those. Usher done burst in Billy Bob's room without knocking and was like, "You hear them voices too?" Question mark. Billy Bob was like, "Don't look at the storm, it's gonna scare you." And Usher sat down in the chair away from the window. Billy Bob grabbed a random book and now Billy Bob was reading to Usher He stopped every once in a while because he was hearing stuff. He heard a part of the house move, like, when he was reading. And then he kept going and stopped when he heard a cry of an animal being struck down, like he had just read in the story. He kept going and heard a loud ringing sound, just like he had read in the story. Usher jumped up, talking some, "I've heard it. We shouldn't have to put that girl in the vault. She's alive." Turns out, Madeline was alive the whole time. And there she was, at the door. She had blood on her dress. Then she jumped on Usher, and they both died. LOL. Billy Bob was done with that family. I would have been too. He ran out that house, down the stairs, across the yard, and he was trying to find his car by beeping his keys. And he turned around, and the blood red moon was shining through all the cracks in the house. The cracks got bigger and bigger till the whole house fell apart. Then the lake behind the house engulfed the remains.
The end. Meow.